Hi folks, Mike Buxton here, Waterfowl Programs Director for Delta Waterfowl, with an updated look at waterfowl breeding habitat conditions. We're heading into a critical nesting and brooding window, and the conditions out there are mixed at best. Starting in the all-important prairie pothole region, where large chunks of the U.S. prairies that are crucial to duck production remain in fairly dry conditions. These include the eastern Dakotas, Montana, western Minnesota, and Iowa. While there are some localized areas that have improved, the April rains just weren't widespread enough to make a major shift across the entirety of these key breeding grounds. So an immediate and substantial influx of rain will be needed to increase duck production and benefit the fall flight. These dry conditions also impact duck settling patterns, meaning that many birds will continue to fly north if they don't find good conditions, many times to areas where production potential is pretty darn dismal. To not be completely doom and gloom, you may recall that the 2024 spring started in similar shape, and then May rains came just in time to support a fairly strong nesting and renesting effort. This certainly could happen again, especially with several inches of rain in the forecast for the next 10 days, but only time will really tell how much of an impact that will have, and we'll discuss that in our next update. On the Canadian side of the prairies, there is at least some good news. Southeastern Alberta is in better shape than we've seen in recent nesting seasons, and there's been improvement across much of Saskatchewan. The conditions are by no means in phenomenal shape, but they are markedly better than what we've seen for the past few years. This extends into southern Manitoba, where an ample snow melt seems to have helped wetland basins. The picture has certainly improved in the Pacific Flyway. From central British Columbia all the way down to northern California, consistent rains and timely snowmelt are breathing life back into wetlands just in time to make some mallards and cinnamon teal. So, I would say that conditions in the outer flyways are on the upswing, but conditions in the prairies are still concerning overall. This is a critical time because we know that habitat conditions in April, May, and June are the biggest factor in whether we'll have a big fall flight with lots of naive, easily decoyed juvenile ducks during hunting season. But the prairies, especially on the U.S. side, need moisture and lots of it right now for ducks to finish the breeding effort strong. Delta Waterfowl will continue to closely monitor these conditions, so stay tuned for our next breeding conditions update, which we'll continue to provide in the lead up to the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service's annual waterfowl breeding population and habitat survey.